Welcome to Marvel Rivals, a third-person hero shooter game where you can play as your favorite heroes.
Just like the moon.
I am the White Knight. Oh wait, that's heroes who have questionable design features. Damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Damn, boy, he's thick! But most importantly, the game that got everyone off of Overwatch. Now, I'm not going to go into my review right now because I need that viewer attention. So click to here to get the review. And for those lazy people who want the short version of it, yes, it's a good game. I know I'm a little bit late to the party since this game has been out for months now, but I wanted to let the game marinate and give it some time to rest since the hype was so big when it came out. I didn't want to jump the gun and immediately make a review before I had ample time to play it. And with the launch of Season 1, I can say for sure that yes, it is a good game with its own unique qualities. But then I remember that it basically took all of Overwatch's community, so we still get those DPS that say GG no heals when going 0-12 in comp and refuse to switch. But hey, at least they brought their funny names with them, right? Boofenschmerz.
Boofenschmerz.
His name is Boof. Well, Mr. Dong Tickle has 20. On the gameplay side of things, one thing I like is that they didn't mind, or they just didn't care, that some characters had some goofy animation. Have you ever tried this one?
Maybe some Stark Tech?
I can't. I can't.
Resulting by herself.
The walk you do when you are in your little spider form.
Get behind you.
Why do you walk like? Why do you walk
It's a
like
powerful
that?
They're all
walk, dude.
hacking.
Funny animations aside, a lot of people have called this game an Overwatch clone, and even though I think it's unique in its own way, I do have to acknowledge that it is very similar. Not only in core gameplay and game modes, but hell, even a play of the game, or now known as MVP system, that is hilariously off. 20k damage.
20k damage.
Give it to me. I had so much more damage than this motherfucker.
What did he do? He had more kills.
Okay.
Did that work?
Look at my damage count though. It's insane. It's
And less deaths.
some would say it's crazy. Or the fact that no combination of players in existence want to form any actual team comp.
Well, we got 2 healers. We don't need a
Oh,
team.
it's fine. We don't need a tank, dude. We're
You don't
good.
need a tank.
We don't need a
Yes.
tank.
We're good.
I could go Thor.
Dude, I'm a tank, if anything.
Damn, we're going.
I couldn't go far enough.
Damn, no tank.
Plug walked them.
We didn't
No
need a
tank.
No tank. We didn't
No
need a
tank.
tank.
Let's go.
Who
You
needs
were
a
the tank.
tank?
You were the tank ninja.
They need to make a victory pose for Fantastic Four guy, where he just throws up
Be
his
victory
sword.
Fantastic.
But in defense of the game's community, I will say that the memes have been great, with such classics as
My granny called, she said, Travis, you worked too hard, don't worry, you forget about me.
and but most notably, which at one point we kept quoting for 20 minutes straight.
Jarvis, go to the fridge and give me
Jarvis, go to
24
the
beers.
go to the fridge and grab me. Jarvis, go grab me another beer from the fridge. No, he's gonna fuck me.
He
He's
did.
gonna fuck me! No!
Jarvis, clip that.
Jarvis, stroke it at 125 beats per minute.
My mission isn't over yet.
Jarvis, grab his dick and twist it.
Jarvis, make it squirt.
What?
Jarvis, pull up a tab of Pornhub.
Jarvis, open up several tabs of Pornhub.
Like,
Jarvis,
I don't
look
want to
up
buy
fat
a
bitches
tank.
I know.
What do I look like?
Jarvis, order DoorDash.
Jarvis, tier 3 sub to Pokemon.
Jarvis, go to adamandeve.com. Jarvis, order the Luna Snow flashlight.
Jarvis pulled 19 inches of venom. Jarvis.
If someone sends something in the chat, I'm gonna send a pipe bomb to their house.
I'm gonna send Jarvis over to beat the shit out of him. Jarvis, send Ultron to his house.
Send Vision over to his house.
Alright, now's the part of the video where I give my actual honest review of the game. And I'm not going to go super in-depth on this simply because I want this to be a bare bones review that gives people the chance to pick it up and experience it for themselves. I want to start off with the art direction of the game simply because it's the first thing you notice when you boot it up. And it goes for this comic book style design that was utilized by the Spider-Verse movies and honestly works really well here since all these characters were originally based off comic books. But being a more simple and unique design allows the developers to do more with the animations because they can focus on creativity rather than realism. And I think in the long run this is going to help them when they want to push out more updates at a faster rate. Now I want to talk about the characters next because it is undoubtedly the sole reason that everyone picked this game up. And I have to say, what they have done with the character designs, more as a gameplay standpoint, is a double-edged sword. What I mean by that is the fact that every single character in this game has 4 to 6 abilities, and that's not including the 1 to 2 passives and the 1 to 2 team-up abilities that they can also have if people play corresponding team-up characters. Now, some people would argue that it's good for the game because it adds to the sandbox, but I would personally disagree and say that it's hurtful because it makes it harder for a casual player base to pick up the game and learn how to play it, with so many abilities crowding the game space. I think it also hurts the developers simply because if they want to keep adding more and more characters to keep the game moving, then that means they have to keep up a standard of 4 to 6 abilities plus passives and team-ups, which at some point will become extremely hard to make unique characters with their own set of abilities that don't just overlap with the corresponding ones they've already added to the game. Now, I'm not saying that they can't do it. I think they have plenty of inspiration and characters to work off of to add more and more abilities, but I'm just saying that at some point it's going to get increasingly difficult, and updates will at some point slow down. And with so many characters being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think they honestly have a goldmine sitting below them of how many fan-favorite characters they can add to spice up the game. I mean, come on, let's be real. The day they add Deadpool is the day that it sees record-high numbers on Steam. Now, I want to talk about more of the core gameplay, not the game modes and how the game plays, because obviously it's the same as how a game like Overwatch or TF2 plays. I want to talk about the actual game flow and what you can kind of expect to see. One thing I've noticed in this game is that every single character has their own aspect or ability that makes them inherently broken in their own way, but has counters. And I think this is honestly one of the best ways to start out the game because it's kind of a controlled chaos that gets people talking. Obviously, I don't think it will be very healthy or competitive, but it does seem like they are willing to make balance changes and make them quick. Do I think the game is perfectly balanced? No. Do I think it's balanced enough that also has a fun aspect? Yes. I think this is probably its strongest aspect because it's not trying to be like Overwatch or TF2, but it's trying to carve out its own path in the hero shooter genre. Now, of course, like any other hero shooter, some characters are just inherently better than the others in their class. That is to be expected since this is a new game. But honestly, you will not be penalized for playing characters you just think are fun, unless you play Spider-Man. I think it's hilarious that they took the most popular Marvel character and made him one of the hardest characters to ever learn to play in these hero shooter games. But back to what I was talking about, I think the character balance is less in the character itself and how you play the character. I don't think I've ever felt like I can't do anything against the enemy team simply because of the characters they're playing, but mostly because of how well they were playing them. Because it may feel bad when someone is abusing a very overpowered ability of a certain character, but I'd rather have that than they nerf all those overpowered abilities and have these characters feel so null and not superhero-like. Do I think some characters need to be toned back a little? Of course. There's always room for improvement when it comes to game balance. But like I said, I'd rather have characters all feel overpowered rather than none, because that adds chaos and fun to the game. I mean, just look at Titanfall 2. Lastly, I just want to talk about the future of the game and what I honestly expect or hope will happen for the game. Now, this is a given, and we all know they're going to keep adding characters. But one thing I want to see them keep doing was how they had this winter event for Jeff the Landshark. I want to see them keep doing that, because I think one of the biggest contributors to Overwatch's success was its seasonal events, and it kept bringing people back for the seasonal skins and the just holiday theme. And with the Season 1 launch, they added a new mode, and I think this is honestly a perfect way to go for them as well, because having just casual and competitive will really make the game get stale. But I would love to see them add more arcade type modes, and even simple modes that shorten down the pool of characters to add some kind of gimmick and make people play the game how they normally wouldn't. Now, I think it's no doubt in anyone's mind that for cosmetics, they're clearly going to keep adding more from the comic books, TV shows, and movies, and I think that's amazing. One thing I don't want to see is them do a lot of collabs, because I think that's so overdone. It's kind of expected and would be a much better path if they didn't, and they kind of chose something else to do. What it is, I'm not sure, but I think it would help add to their carving out their own spot if they didn't follow the trend rather than set a new one. But that's just my basic thoughts on the game. Tell me what you think about Marvel Rivals in the comments. I would love to hear some of your takes and opinions, and just what you want to see from the game as a whole. Obviously, I am no expert in this game. I just play this very casually, but I do want to know what you all think. What's up, everybody? Thank you all for watching. I know I've been gone a whole month, and this is a change of pace from what I normally do, but I wanted to get this out simply because I did want to work on something, and I also wanted to share about my goals for 2025, which is I want to put out at least one video a month. And as of the time I'm recording this, TikTok's about to be banned in the US, so any short form videos I would be posting on TikTok, I will just post on YouTube Shorts, so no need to go follow on an Instagram that I don't have or a Twitter that I don't use. I'm just going to be posting here. Other than that, thank you all for watching. I can't wait to share 2025 with you, and I hope you have a great day.
Faster, faster, dear. It's like we're moving fast.